So I'm Bastien. I'm the CTO of Predixis. So Predixis, just to be clear, is a company. ChurnSpotter is one of our products. So Predixis is building all the prediction API used by ChurnSpotter. We won't have many slides. It's just a quick introduction to what ChurnSpotter does very quickly. So obviously it fights churn. And what is churn? It's just, there's no official definition of churn. It's just a change for end turn. That's it. So in reality, in mobile app or web app world, if you have paying information, that will do revenue churn for you. If you have only free users, like in a freemium app, we will do activity churn. So that's two basic concepts, but you need to remember them. So why did we create ChurnSpotter? Basically, churn is a recognized pain point, and thanks to our technology from Predixis, we can, I would say, very easily reduce the churn rate of your application. So how do we do that? Basically, what we do for you is we're going to predict the users who might leave your service. So concretely, you'll get a list of users before they leave, so you can retain them. And we also give you the reasons why those users might leave. And how we do that? We do that by creating a prediction model for each individual ChurnSpotter customer. So once you are in ChurnSpotter, we can create your own prediction model automatically. And it's, I would say, very robust and data-driven. So what data do we use to do the predictions? So what are the data sets behind it? We are creating the data set from your online sources. So if your app is using an activity tracker like Mixpanel, we're going to use Mixpanel. And if you have revenue information, let's say from Stripe, we'll connect to your Stripe account, and we're going to merge everything together. That will be our main source of data to build the prediction model. And then what do you get? So basically you get a very simple thing. It's just a CSV list. That's not very useful in a SaaS world. So we go further. We connect you to your existing engagement platform, so we can push the predictions to your existing tool, and then you can automate your retention campaign. And a brief overview. So as I said, as inputs, we have Mixpanel, Stripe, so we have usage and revenue data. Then ChurnSpotter using Predixis API for the machine learning, and then we can predict the churners, and we can push that through several services like Salesforce, Intercom, Slack, whatever platform you're using. So it's over for the slides. Now a demonstration. We're going to do a ChurnSpotter demonstration first, and then a quick introduction to our new developer environment. We've launched it today. Before it was only on a waiting list. And then we'll go through another product done by Predixis. It's called Machine Learning Studio. So ChurnSpotter, this is ChurnSpotter.io. So this is a SaaS service. We're going to log in today with a demo account. So basically, so this demo account is connected to a fake Mixpanel account and to a fake Stripe account. So the data you're seeing here are fake data. They have no real sense because we can't really disclose our customers' data anyway. So what you will get, you will see very descriptive information like how many signups do you have, how many events do you have on your platform, what are your top users, and then we're going to be able to tell you what's your fragility. So is your app doing well or not, according to your churn rate. So this value here is very high. In the real world, you wouldn't get such high value, but as I said, it's fake data. So Then you can dig into usage information. Again, this is pure description. This is based on your online data from Mixpanel. So very usual information that you will get with cohort analysis. Wi-Fi is not working very well, but usually you get a nice cohort analysis. You can also see your revenue information if you connect Stripe, for example. So here you get the usual MRR, churn MRR and everything. And then where ChurnSpotter comes in is with a prediction. So this new dashboard here, it's going to tell you what is your abandon rate if you don't do anything. So if you stay like that, you're going to lose like 70% of your database. Again, it's fake data, so you wouldn't get such high value in reality. But the main thing is you're going to see for every single customers its fragility. And obviously, you need to focus on the users with the high fragility. Those are the users who might leave your service. Okay? So this is the CSV file I was speaking about later on. As I said, it's not very useful. So then you can automate your predictions thanks to our integration with existing customer engagement platforms. And once you've set up ChurnSpotter, it runs automatically. And a few hours after, you'll get your first list of potential churners. So that's what ChurnSpotter does. What we can see in average, it's if you follow our prediction, you'll get I would say you'll decrease by 30% your churn rate. That's the promise we do, and that's what we see at the moment for our customers. So ChurnSpotter by itself doesn't do a lot. It does this prediction based on the Predixis API. So now we're getting to Predixis. Predixis API, obviously, it's a real API, okay, with a proper API documentation and API tokens and everything. So from today, you can sign up and you can use the same APIs as the one used by ChurnSpotter. So you can just create an account and then you can use our prediction API. So obviously, this is a bit technical. This is mainly for developers, and hopefully, Predixis has also, I would say, an easier tool, which is called the Machine Learning Studio. And the Machine Learning Studio consumes Predixis API. So you can start doing your predictions, any kind of predictions, fraud, churn, any, through the Machine Learning Studio, and you can also use the API at the same time. That's the same platform behind it. So if we are going to do a very quick demo on ML Studio. So this is, I would say, a simple application to create projects very quickly. So let's say we're going to call it PAPIs. So here, what I'm going to use already uploaded data. The data file we are using for this demo as the one used by ChurnSpotter for the previous demonstration. Okay, it's the same file. So we're going to use ChurnSpotter train. I wouldn't open it, there's no point, but then you get a quick description of your file. So you can just check that everything is fine. Once this is done, we'll be able to say to the Machine Learning Studio what we want to predict. First, before doing that, we just need to check our what we call a dictionary, our description of the data. So you will find your variables here, and you'll be able to change their type. This will mean something for you, hopefully. By default, I would say the type are pretty accurate, so you need to change them. And you can say if you want to use this variable or not in your new model. So for today, we're going to say, OK, I want to use all the variables present in this data file. Then, obviously, we want to predict a variable. So in our demo today, it's target activity. The system will automatically calculate for us the current modalities. So today it's a Boolean, so we're just going to say, okay, I want to predict target activity with a false value. And now the system is ready to create the model. So while the system is doing the learning, at the end it will also do a test, so we can have a performance indication of our model, if the model is good, unstable, or this kind of thing. So I guess this is pretty usual for you. So we have this line here, it's like a random selection. This one is what we call the optimal. So if we had the best model in the world, we will be able to get to this line. Today we don't have the best model in the world, so this is the performance of our model, okay? So I would say from here, the model becomes a bit less efficient, but up to here. So if we target 23% of our population, we can reach 61% of our target. So 61%, and you only need to use 23% of your database. This is pretty efficient. And you can also view the variables involved in this model. This is kind of having your explanation of the model. So we can see that this variable is highly used for this model. And for each variable, we have a description of why it is relevant for our target. And we can see that if we have an entry, if this entry has a value for this variable between 0.5 and infinite, then this is highly relevant for our target. And you'll get this for every variable. Yeah. And our service does this automatically for you. It automatically creates the different intervals, and you can at the same time view if it's important or not. And you'll get a percentage for each variable. It just says it's not black box, and you can understand what's going on in the background. Now that we have a model, obviously we want to score a file, so we want to make predictions. So we're going to do that right now. I've already uploaded a file for what we call the deployment. So this file, on this file, we're going to apply our model to get the scores. Same thing, we just check the format, everything is okay. And we're going to save our scores in a file. Let's call it results.csv. Apply. And now ML Studio is using our model to score this new file. This is done already. You can download the file and open it. Here you have a quick extract of the results. So each line is one scored entity. So the first entity, its probability to be false is 83%, and et cetera, et cetera. So you have a whole list of scores, and you can automate then your prediction with this. The good part is that everything is what we've done now through the ML Studio. You can reuse what we've done through the API. So if you are a Python developer, you can just connect to the API and maybe get the model and rescore from your backend application. So you can combine the ML Studio with what you're doing on the API directly. And that's it really for today. I just put a few URLs here. Just to say that today we've launched a contest. There are very nice prizes to win. I'll encourage you to follow Predixis on Twitter and see what kind of contest we've launched. It should be launched in a few minutes. So the contest will be based on the usage of our ML Studio and API. And if you pay with it, then you could win something pretty nice. So thank you. And if you have questions.